audio. We're doing it.
We're
doing
here. We're here to talk about Albert Brooks and one of his best movies, one of his better movies in 1991, I believe, Defending
Yes.
Your Life.
That's right.
I do this. Yeah, I know. Is there anyone on there? Okay. Fantastic. Just fantastic.
That's a good Albert Brooks impression.
We'll just get right into it, shall we? On to Defending Your Life, a movie that probably nobody even knows below the age of 50.
I don't know.
Albert Brooks is a pretty niche guy.
I could see that. Comedians love him so much that they made that documentary. I was looking at a trailer for it earlier. I watched the whole trailer. Defending My Life.
Yeah, it's a good movie. It's a good documentary.
I want to watch it now.
It's very good.
But it was made by what's his name?
Apatow.
No.
Or I'm sorry. Carl Reiner.
Yeah. Well, Rob Reiner.
Not Carl. Rob Reiner.
Yeah.
Carl Reiner.
Rob Reiner and him were like best friends since high school.
Yeah.
I was watching a video clip of. I was pulling up a clip of him on Bill Maher's show because I noticed Albert Brooks at this age, not anymore, but him and Bill Maher have the exact same voice. They sound exactly the same.
Close, yeah.
And then I pulled up the interview, and it was like from the documentary that just came out, and I was like, Albert Brooks kind of has got the he's got the raspier voice now. I was like,
yeah.
Oh, damn, it's not what I was hoping for, just the same voice talking to each other, but I couldn't get it.
Damn it!
But I did find a little clip here. I don't really have a timestamp.
So how familiar are you with Albert Brooks's movies, like his filmography?
Filmography, not much. I don't. I was looking at his movies that he's directed. I haven't seen a single one of them. I know about them just from knowing movies, but hadn't seen a single one of them.
I want to see his first one. The first one looks kind of amazing. His first movie, because they talk about in the documentary, and I forgot what it's called, but it's basically a mockumentary about television and how it was kind of like ahead of its time in doing reality television. It's pretty funny. Like the scenes that they showed, I was like, it looks really good. I kind of want to watch. I want to find it and watch it. It looks
they put a clip up from it for that trailer where he's like, film the sushi chef, and looks right at the camera.
Yeah.
He's basically predicting what TV is now, which is the show is the chef, or it wasn't Sushi Chef, but it was something like that.
Right. Well, the Sushi Chef is in Defend Your Life. Oh, I got to take a piss. Take a piss. Guys, I'm okay. I'm gonna go take a piss. Take a piss.
Yeah, that part was great. Real Life. That movie's called
Real Life. Yes, Real Life. That's it. And then, what does that taste like? You throw up.
It's Real Life, Modern Romance, Lost in America, which I want to watch.
Lost America's good.
Defending Your Life, Mother, The Muse, and then Looking for Comedy in the Muslim World.
Is that all?
Yep.
He took a big break in between Lost in America and Defending Your Life.
Yeah, 6 years.
That's a big gap. Well, he was in movies, though. He wasn't acting in movies at that time.
Yeah. I mostly know Albert Brooks as an actor.
Yeah, he's in different
I didn't
stuff.
know. I didn't watch his stuff, which now I want to go back and watch some of these because I want to watch Real Life and Lost in America. The other ones I'll probably get to depending on how much I like those other two.
I've seen Defending Your Life and Mother probably the most out of all of them because my parents love Mother.
It's Debbie Reynolds, right?
Yeah. Mother's great. Mother's actually very good, and Rob Morrow's in it. Rob Morrow plays his brother, and they have this weird pissing contest about who does Mama love the most, and it's really funny. It's just Mother's funny. You gotta watch Mother. I would say if you're gonna watch any of his movies, watch Mother next.
Okay.
Muse is fine. It's funny, but it's very inside Hollywood, and it's Sharon Stone plays a muse, like a Greek muse.
I
and
remember
she's a screenwriter.
I saw part of it.
Yeah, it's
when it
not
came
bad.
out. And I was like, oh, I'm good.
It's not
But
a
who
bad
knows?
movie. But it's one of his weaker movies.
I might not like it now, or
And
still might
I
not
didn't
like it.
Yeah, I didn't see Muslim World, which it looks like it's not bad. Oh, that's right. He did that movie. Remember that he did the movie with Brendan Fraser where he's the man. He's the scout for baseball. The scout. That's the.
What I'm saying. I mostly know him as an actor.
Yeah, the scout.
I've always liked him.
He's great in Drive. I want to see him in more villain roles.
Yeah.
Out of Sight. Out of Sight. He was great in Out of Sight.
Yeah, this is our second Meryl Streep movie and our second Albert Brooks movie.
We'll try to make that Meryl Streep count go down. I don't want to watch any more of her fucking movies.
She's just an endless fountain of joy in this, and it kind of gets irritating after a while.
Because she's so perfect.
So goddamn perfect.
So perfect.
What are you? I'm Prince. I think I'm Prince Valiant. What are you? Dinner.
Oh my god.
That scene when
his eyeballs while he's watching, he's like doing this.
He's
not moving.
So shocked and appalled at his past life.
Funny.
It's so funny, yeah.
And then they cut to the Japanese, the sumo dude in the womb. Ah!
Yeah.
That whole
the old man. Perfect. That's a great scene. The old man. Hello, Mummy. What the hell is this? What is this? What the hell is this?
What is this?
Mummy. I'll be down in a minute, Mummy.
Mummy.
Oh, God.
He goes, what the hell is this? And it comes over to the next lady, and she watches herself, and it's a profile. Then he goes,
yeah.
Ah! And then, ah! And then it cuts down and Prince Valiant.
But, and then the best part is Shirley MacLaine introduces it.
Yeah.
And that's like the biggest gag of the moment. And the song goes, "Oh my God!"
So funny.
I do want to.
At that time, Shirley MacLaine was known to say that she lived many different lives.
Yeah,
because it's like that Twilight Zone '85 episode. This was that period of time when people believed in that shit. That was like a widespread thing at the time. Like, I lived 14 different lives.
The hell is this?
Time for supper, darling.
Be there in a moment, Mumsy.
What the hell's going on here?
This what was this called? The Past Life Pavilion.
Past Life Pavilion, yeah, that's right.
This whole scene was gold, though. Because why are they scaring them in this way station?
Oh God!
And I want to fast forward, but it's hard to miss Albert Brooks's. It's easy to miss his reaction. Yeah.
Come on, men, to the castle!
All right, it's right after this, I think.
Yeah.
His eyes made me laugh so fucking hard. He's like doing this head way up in the air.
Yeah, he's so perplexed and sad.
Who are you?
I'm Prince Valiant.
Really?
Yeah. Who are you?
Dinner.
No, before that, damn it.
It's when she shows the area. It's when you see Shirley MacLaine.
What the hell is this?
No, yeah, it's
here. It's just before this, like
it's like a hair before this, yeah. We're never gonna see the visual.
No, I'm gonna turn off the video and then I'll play it over here. I'll just freeze it when we get to it.
I guess for this movie though, he originally wanted Glenn Close to be in it, and I guess Carrie Fisher was the one, or Carrie Fisher's party. He was really good friends with Carrie Fisher, and I guess she said, "Well, Meryl Streep's going to be at this party. Why don't you ask Meryl Streep?" Or no, Glenn Close is the one that said Meryl Streep should play this part. And he was just like, I don't think she'll do it. And she goes, I just ask her. And then they met at a party, and he goes like, well, do you want to be in this movie? She says, yeah, absolutely. I'd love to do an Albert Brooks comedy. It'd be great.
I think it's
by this point, I mean, shit, he hadn't made a movie since he had 3 movies to his credit before this one. and they were both highly. They're all three highly considered, I would say.
Oh, come on. Don't fuck me on this.
You're not going to win.
107.46.
You're not going to win the visual game. Meanwhile, they're going to Albert Brooks is going to come and sue you for showing these scenes.
Good for him.
Why are you showing this for free? You go have them buy it.
Of course. Oh, fuck you so hard.
They know how to get to you. Anybody get to you yet? Albert Brooks get to you yet? I'll be a friend to you.
I just won't play the audio, and I'll leave it right here.
I'll get you that scene where he got his eyes bug out. I'll be real good to you.
I'll be a friend. I wish Albert Brooks talked to Meryl Streep like that.
You want to eat a lot of it? Oh, I'll give you 10 pies.
Right
How
here.
about that? There he is. Oh, Albert Brooks is a genius. I'm so glad I got to meet him and talk to him for like 10 minutes. It was so awesome. At that,
Oh, wow.
at that fucking Oscar party I went to, because Kyle, where his boss, that's all she did was make Oscar parties
or host Oscar parties, and I was able to go to one for The Descendants. So George Clooney was there. Met George Clooney too. But Albert Brooks, I was talking to him, and he was a really nice guy. And I was talking to him. I said, look, man, I'm a huge fan of yours. I think you're a genius. He goes, oh, thank you for that. And he's a spitter. He spits when he talks, and he's close. He's a close talker too. And he was, I would grab. Oh, thanks, Albert. Yeah, keep spitting. But I told him the story. I told him my dad. My dad was in Hollywood years ago, and one of his comedic heroes was Groucho Marx. And I know they had a pass together, him and Groucho Marx in the 70s. He goes, oh, that's wonderful. And I said, well, the thing was, my dad wanted to talk to him. He's at his house, but he wanted to knock on his door, but he decided not to. But because he did that, he basically died the next day. And he says, well, don't tell me that. Don't tell me that story. That's a terrible story. Why are you telling me that? Now I'm going to die. I'm going to die tomorrow. What is this? No. I said, and he was laughing, being really nice, and he's a really funny guy. And then this is how surreal this moment was. Fucking Only in Hollywood, Colleen Camp, which was Kyle's boss, the actress from the 80s who weighs 800 pounds now, she puts Winona Ryder in between me and Albert Brooks. And she goes, Albert, have you met Winona? Have you met Winona yet? And it's like she's pushing her in between me and Albert Brooks. And I'm like, what? This is weird. Hi, Winona. She goes, hi. And she's just talking to Albert. Oh, no, how are you? Oh, that's what nice. Okay, very good. And he kept talking to me, and he kind of went back and forth. And then, within like 2 minutes of that, I was just like, well, I was like, nice to meet you. I'm glad, you're a great guy. When he goes, well, thank you so much. And he was very kind, very nice. And I think he just basically took off after that point because the party was over by that point. He was just like, I'm leaving. I got to go home. Because I don't think he's like a guy that shows up and leaves. That's something that I would do.
Oh yeah,
you have to make an appearance, but you're like, I just want to go home. I
do want to see you and say hi, but after that,
and I'm done. And then we saw Steven Tyler that night was there from Aerosmith.
I really was hoping you were going to say Seagal.
Oh my god, I wish. No, but
very different dude than Steven Seagal.
The girl, who is the woman? Oh god, she did Western Civilization, the decline of the Western Civilization movies.
Penelope Spears.
Penelope Spears was there, and I talked to her. She was awesome. I said, look.
She's in that lifestyle, man. She's like a fucking old school hippie.
Oh, she was awesome. I talked to her for a bit, and I was just like, dude. I said, like, you're Western. I just rewatched it the other day. She said, oh, really? I said, oh, yeah, it was so great. She goes, well, thank you. She was very nice. And then I ran into Mark Romanoff was there.
Oh, really?
Mark. No, he's the guy that did 24-Hour Photo. Was it Mark Romanek?
Oh, I was thinking of when you said Mark. I was thinking of Mark Ryland.
No, I think it's Romanek. He did 24-Hour Photo, and he did Never Let Me Go, and his name's attached to like a million movies, but they never happened. But Never Let Me Go just came out that year, and I was like, oh man, I just saw Never Let Me Go. You destroyed me with that movie. He goes, oh, thank you. He's very nice. He was like, everybody was nice. It was
everyone sounds like Albert Brooks though.
Everybody was really nice. That's fantastic. Don't tell me that story. That means I'm going to die. Don't tell me that story.
I do want to say this about my first Albert Brooks directed and written and directed experience. This movie is far. I can't even tell you how many times more subtle
Yeah.
than I expected.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I expected way more jokes. I expected
Right.
way more just wacky stuff, and it's
Yeah.
the most subtle movie you can imagine that's about such a wacky premise.
Yeah.
Everything is so underplayed, and it's just all the humor is just Albert Brooks says some stuff, and
Yeah.
none of it's like terribly funny. It's mostly just his reactions to stuff
It's
that's
just
funny.
humor. It's a very
Yeah.
humorous film.
It's not a hilarious movie. It's just a really good movie.
Yeah. I love Rip Torn was the best casting choice for this
Oh, yeah.
movie.
It-
How much percentage do you think you use of your brain? Half, 3%. What? Why
Three.
3?
Yeah. I'm
3?
saying there's like no grand joke there. It's just him saying 3 over and over. That's funny. Like,
We call you little brains. We
something you
it's
say
cute.
behind your back.
That's something that way. And then he goes, "You're curious. I like that about you. You're
Yeah.
curious." And he goes, "Can I try that? You're gonna like you. It's disgusting. You wouldn't like it. No, let me try that. Okay, go ahead. Oh, it's disgusting. I
Yeah.
told you. I told you.
Tastes like shit.
That shit, my
As Randy-
brain. It's
The
chocolate.
trivia says it was meatloaf.
Yeah.
Did you see?
I
Did
saw
you
that,
see
yeah.
the reason he hired Rip Torn?
Because he pulled a knife on Dennis Hopper.
Because he was trying to get some.
yeah.
He tried to get Hopper. He tried to get
Right.
Nicholson, and they all said they were too busy. So he
Yeah.
went with Rip Torn, who got denied because he pulled a weapon on a knife on Dennis Hopper.
Which makes sense because Dennis Hopper was a crazy man at that time.
Crazy man, but also a huge pussy.
Yeah,
He was not about that lifestyle.
No, we also beat his Michelle Phillips. Let's not forget that. He used
Yeah,
to
Dennis
beat
Hopper
her-
had some issues.
Michelle. He had issues in his early days, but he got cleaned up.
Yeah.
He got
Johnny
clean
Cash did.
sober, and then he was cool for the next 25 years. But he didn't work for a long time. That Dennis Hopper, I'd be curious to see a documentary about him and what he did like that 10 years where he wasn't working, doing nothing.
During the 80s?
Yeah, like shit. 69 was Easy Rider,
Yeah.
and then he was basically kind of blackballed after
Oh, is
that,
it
for about.
that soon?
And then he was in America. He was in American or Apocalypse Now, and like that was his first movie for a while.
That's a
That was
decade
like-
after.
Yeah, exactly. Like he was not much.
I fucking
and then-
love Dennis Hopper.
And then
I would
Michael-
never have wanted to meet him during those early years.
no, he'd be terrible.
He was just too drugged out.
And David Lynch kind of resuscitated his career.
Well, I will say this: I'm looking at Dennis Hopper. The man didn't stop working.
No, after a certain period, yeah.
No, not ever. He
Okay.
He just did other stuff, like he went to TV, and
Right, he's in TV stuff. Okay.
his biggest gap off was 73 to 75. He took off 74. That's it.
Okay, maybe that was the period where
He
he's at
took
his
off
worst.
70.
Yeah.
So he did True Grit as well. Now he's in an episode of Twilight Zone.
Yeah.
His acting is too good for the Twilight Zone. It's
Exactly, yeah.
alarming how much better he is than all the
Who
others.
are you?
You gotta explain it to me, yeah. Like, and
Yeah.
he's like, "What do you mean?" Like he's doing a James Dean thing, and it's like
Yeah.
this is not made for Twilight Zone. It's too good.
See, that's why I prefer him to like Marlon Brando.
Oh yeah,
So like Dennis Hopper was just a good, solid actor. He was fucking nut, because of the drugs.
well they all were.
That didn't help, but
All
Well, then
those
again,
method
Mar-
actors back then were all lunatics.
Well, but then Marlon Brando also he got the joke, so I kind of like I don't know. There's a soft spot in my heart for Marlon Brando because he knew it was all bullshit, and he knew that it was bullshit, and I kind of give him credit for that, which is why he's always just like when that documentary when what's your name Fairuza Balk was talking about. Let's talk about our scene. Let's talk about our history and all the on our relationship in the movie. He goes, oh dear, no, that's not happening. This is a stupid thing we're doing. You're so beautiful. You're going to be just fine. It's all bullshit, basically. And he walked away and he walked away in his
collect your check,
he walked away with his icicle hat, with his ice bucket hat.
holding that guy.
that little midget monster, that little freak midget thing. Oh God.
Maybe we should do a redux on that.
Oh God. Who took that poor German actor's lines away from him, little bastard.
Remember
this
all the
fucking guy.
best quotes were David. What's his last name? Thewlis.
Yeah, Thulis. Yeah.
Like he would just all he wanted to do was hang out with the miniature actor. He didn't give a shit about the rest of the thing.
No, it was
I'm trying to do
hilarious.
my scenes, and then he's over here just like playing with the guy.
Just so bizarre.
His interviews are fucking hilarious in that documentary.
A good thing Rob Moreau got out of there. Holy shit.
Rob Moreau, who is in Mother. He's the brother of Albert Brooks in Mother.
And whose father died making the Twilight Zone movie.
No. Is that his dad?
Yeah.
Rob Morrow, Vic Morrow?
Rob Morrow, Vic Morrow, yep.
Are they? That was his son.
Look it up.
I didn't know. I know it's Jennifer Jason Leigh's father. So they're half brothers and sisters.
Must be.
Jennifer Jason Leigh that's Vic Morrow's daughter.
Vic Morrow.
Vic Morrow. Okay. Wow. I never even made that connection. Didn't even think about that.
Who is
Rob
Morrow?
Moreau. Is that?
Oh, maybe not. Am I wrong?
No, it doesn't say. Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun.
No, I think it's just. I don't think they're related.
Man, if that's wow, okay.
Now Jennifer Jason Leigh that's his daughter.
Yeah, I knew that.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think Rob Moreau they're related. It's just the same
Oh.
name. Yeah, it doesn't say here.
2, including Jennifer Jason Leigh. That's all it says.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, I honestly always thought they were.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Interesting.
Hollywood is an intricate web with.
They're all incestuous, and make frogs gay.
Dennis Hopper and Blue Velvet. Oh my god,
Fantastic.
I need to watch that. I haven't seen all of that. I've seen.
add that to our
pieces of it.
list.
I do need to watch that one eventually.
Blue Velvet. Is that what I said?
Blue Velvet. Yeah,
I do have broadcast news on here.
that's a good one.
I've never seen it.
Broadcast News is a good movie.
David. So, Defending Your Life. Do you like the opening sequences with the CD player and all that?
I laugh. I think it's funny because he's listening to terrible music,
Barbara Streisand.
and everybody outside of the car, do we all have to listen to that? That was pretty good. And he's just,
I like
yeah,
when he buys the car and he goes, "Look, there it is."
yeah,
He's like, "Wow, that looks great." Basically, his character is a giant child.
yes,
He's like, "Wow," but that's not yours. Yours is right here. And he's like,
yeah.
"Why'd you show me that one first? Now my car looks like a turd." That's what I'm saying. Subtle. He didn't say it looks like a piece of shit. He didn't say it looks like.
Yeah.
Well, he says it looks like a turd. I don't
No.
know what it is about his like childlike sense of humor in this. It's never
No.
mean. It's never. It's just. It's observational humor without being like aggressive about it. It's just like
Right.
the only aggressive joke he has is when the comedian's like, "What'd you die from?" He's like, "I died on stage, like you."
And that was
That's the only.
and that was an inside joke.
Yeah.
Because his
Reading about
dad
that too.
died on stage
Yeah.
when he was like 11 years old.
But that's like the only joke that has like a real negativity toward it, I guess.
Right,
The
yeah.
real joke is it looks like a turd. Like there's no.
Yeah.
Well, and the whole thing with the Afterlife Pavilion, like you said, eat whatever you want. That's all you can eat. You don't gain no weight, and it's all good. It all tastes really good. And every time you're eating a meal, oh, it's the best chicken I ever
Yeah.
had. Oh, and he goes,
Here to go. They love putting things in boxes here. These people, they love putting things in little boxes. So just ask to take it home. You want some? Take it home to your hotel room. And he's,
Needs
that
the
one
9
scene-
pies to go.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you 9 pies. No, I don't want 9
I
pies.
didn't ask
I
for this.
really
Yes,
don't.
you did.
No. You want them because his lawyer is looking, his prosecutor is looking at him and judging him for taking 9 pies, or so he thinks in his head, because he
Yeah.
thinks this is all connected to his trial, which is funny. Oh, and did you read that this is Ethan Suplee's
Ethan Randall back then.
Ethan? His first movie.
Yeah,
And
it was just before
Just
Dutch.
before Dutch, yeah.
I obviously I noticed him right away. Like, oh, there he is.
let's talk about this guy.
Yeah. Oh, I talk about him a lot. I don't know
Yeah.
why. I don't know what it, like I said, he just reminded me of myself back then. And
Ethan Embry, right? Ethan Embry
yeah.
is his fake name, unlike his real name.
Well, I think it was like his
Whatever.
dad, one of those sort of things.
Yeah, the parents were awful, and they
Yeah.
made him do
I
all
don't know
this.
about the parents, but I think he
Yeah.
changed it to the other parent. I don't exactly know, but
Yeah.
I've always liked him. He's in the best episode of the new Twilight Zone series. That the Who of You episode.
Yeah, that was actually decent.
That
That wasn't
was-
a bad one.
That was one of my favorite episodes of Twilight Zone of all time, like including the original series. I fucking love that episode.
Wow. It's
Um,
interesting.
Yeah, no, that episode works for me through and through. But it was nice to see him. It is involving in this whole story of stolen something. What was this? What was stolen?
Oh, the markers you're telling me, the
What if
pens?
he paintbrushes or something? But if he stole them, he would have them. So what did he steal? I don't quite understand what he stole.
No, because he lost them. He lost them. He didn't steal them. He lost them, and he took it onto himself to get the blame because his dad was going to beat him or something.
No, but
So he
Ethan-
said, "I lost them."
That's what he says. That's the
Yeah.
main story, though, to cover for his friend, because he goes, he knows if I don't have them, that means I stole something. There's
Oh,
a
I
whole
don't-
weird stolen part, and I couldn't quite understand it.
Oh, maybe.
I can find it because it's
Oh no. Okay. No, I think he did steal them, and he was covering up for him because he did, and he just
Yeah.
says, "Oh, I forgot mine."
it's right here. For
Maybe
you.
that's what it was. He said, "I sold them, or somebody stole them from me, and I don't have them." And then he says, "Like, how can you be irresponsible and lose your markers, your utensils,
All right, ready?
For
There it
stealing
is.
those books.
Stealing those books.
seeing those books?"
Now they're gonna think I stole this. I'm gonna be
Oh, because
exposed.
he did
Oh.
lose it. Okay, yeah, there you go. He stole
Okay.
books before.
Okay,
but
that was
he
previous.
lost.
Okay,
There
that's
you
what I was
go.
confused.
Yeah, that's why. Okay, that makes sense.
Because then he gets the kid expelled for losing the fucking paintbrushes because they think he stole them at that point.
That's right. And he goes back and he rats on him.
Yeah.
Go to
I
day
love it goes-
28.
He goes, you don't understand. You guys are not here to understand. Television is like heroin to a child.
Yeah,
You can't take that away.
come on.
It's great. I was expecting more out of Buck Henry's character.
Yeah, that was the joke. Was he just didn't say anything?
He doesn't say it, but I was hoping he would
No.
come back for like the last day and then now I strike.
Right. Yeah.
And it has never happened.
No, what was the thing they said though? He's very good. So I keep hearing. No, he's very good.
Oh, great. He uses
That's true.
51% of his brain.
Yeah.
Great.
Well, I think Buck Henry and him were buddies and pals, so that was like kind of his favor. Give Buck Henry. And Buck Henry, shit, he lived to be almost 100 years old because he just died not that long ago.
You know what we know Buck Henry the best from?
Oh yes.
A little TV show called Quark.
Like a little it had nothing to do with.
He wrote the pilot, and that's about it.
You're like, God damn, that was a entertaining show.
Oh my god, I'm a transmute.
Yeah. We saw him in Twilight Zone episode from 85
And Near Dark.
and Near Dark. Yeah.
He was Dad Near Dark, and
Plays
he's
the
Doll
papa.
Man.
Yeah.
He's Doll Man in the Full Moon movies.
Good
So he's
character
He's
actor.
got those three roles going for him.
He's fantastic. He's in a
Four.
lot more than that, but yeah, he's
Yeah. No, he's got a ton.
but those are the ones that we remember him fondly for.
Oh, Quark.
Oh God.
I have a couple other shows picked out that are kind of.
Oh, I can't wait.
One of them is we brought up last week. That was
Oh.
Future Cop.
Oh, okay.
The other one is Cop Rock.
Cop Rock, yeah. That's
And
it.
then there's Hammer Slammer and Slade, which was
Well,
Really
but
best.
yeah, it's the pilot to a show that never happened. It's basically
Yeah.
the movie. It's just a recut version of the movie, I think.
I can't wait to watch those. All of that.
God, but so your first experience with Albert Brooks, did you enjoy it? You said it was
Oh,
it
yeah.
was funny, but it was like not the kind of humor you thought was going to be.
I expected. I know how.
Adam
I
Sandler
know.
comedy.
No, I wanted more fart jokes and weird looking people being made fun of. No,
He's going to get to the
I know how
pee-pee.
funny Albert Brooks is because I've seen his other
Yeah.
stuff. So I wanted more of that, and I wanted more emotion when he was clearly going to get declined to stay,
Right.
and I wanted more out of that stuff. And then it gets to the end, and we're going to spoil it. Obviously, go watch the movie. When he does the whole running over to her thing, that part's funny.
Yeah.
But I was like, I don't know, I just wanted more out of him.
Right.
him personally because I know he can act. So I was like,
Yeah.
it's a choice he's making, clearly. I just wanted more emotion out of him during a lot of these scenes because that's the point of the movie is conquering fear. And I don't know, it's not something he's wrong with. It's definitely something, I wanted something different than what I got out of it, but it didn't distract me from liking the movie.
Right.
It's just I was like, oh, I'm waiting for that scene where he's gonna do the speech.
Right.
And it just never happened. He does his little outro, his little closing arguments, and he's like, keep trying. I'll try my best. Try my best.
Yeah.
And I'm waiting for I honestly, here's the scene I wanted. I don't know why this was in my head the whole time. I wanted everyone here is like kind of I wanted him to realize how shitty it is there in this afterlife and be like, I don't want to stay here. I want to go back and learn and be these terrible things that you're accusing me of. I want to be those things because that's what it is to be human. I wanted something like that where he just doesn't want to play the game anymore. Because he has those setups because he's like, I'm sick of being judged day after day, just watching and just judging me. And I wanted him to like rebel against that a little bit, and he never did.
Yeah.
That's just my personal preference.
Mm.
What about you?
Well, I mean, this is one of those movies that you kind of grow up with. I've seen it so many times. Like
You watch it on HBO forever, and then Mother. I've seen that one for a lot of times, and that's kind of the movies that I've kind of just known him as being in, and then Broadcast News, and then Taxi Driver, and a bunch of other movies that he's done on the side. I've always known him, and I've heard some of his bits, his stand-up stuff. I've heard here and there, and it's always been pretty funny. And I mean, I didn't realize like how much he's done. If you watch that documentary, he's had a full-on, like, nonstop career since he was like 16 years old.
Yeah.
Like he's been in the business forever because his parents were in the business. So it's like he's showbiz. He's of that era. He's of the 50s showbiz era. And
without nepotism.
Well, no, this is all nepotism. But
I mean, all his success later, like he wasn't cast in there because.
No, he's talented. Don't get me wrong. Like, he's funny. He deserves to be where he's at. But he was born into it, and his father was a performer. His mom was a performer, so he had that in him. But he was just really funny. And even Carl Reiner, he said that he was the funniest thing that he ever saw at 16. No, Carl Reiner.
Oh, Carl Reiner said it.
Carl Reiner said that. Yeah,
okay.
And that's what gave him a lot of attention because he was on like the late night shows and the variety shows of the 70s. He was in all of them, and they do show in the documentary. They show a lot of them, and they're pretty damn funny. And he's one of the reasons why Saturday Night Live is called Saturday Night Live, or why Saturday Night Live is the way it is because he said they wanted him to be the host forever. They wanted him to host the show, and he goes, well, no. Why don't you just have someone be a host every week? And that's how you do the show. Like, I don't want to do it every week. That's too much work. How about you just get a guest host and they do it every week? And that's what Albert Brooks brought to SNL because Lorne Michaels, or what's his name?
Lorne
Michaels wanted him to be the full-on host for the whole entire thing. And he said, no, I don't want to do that. But he said, I want to do short film. Okay, I do films for SNL. And he's the one he's basically the guy that created the digital short, basically.
Yeah.
Like he's the one that did all that. And he did that in the 70s. So he was ahead of the game there. And he did a lot of radio stuff. Like he's funny. Like I've heard all of his earlier stuff. He's funny. And he's always been that way. And now he's getting older. He's slowing down, obviously. And he's still pretty funny and sharp. And his brother is Super Dave.
Yeah, when he died,
that was sad.
Yeah, I was like, oh God, like I haven't seen him in a while.
Yeah, he's on Curb a lot. He's on Curb Enthusiasm. That was his last shebang.
I remember watching Super Dave growing up.
Yeah.
I never quite understood it, but I kind of liked that about it.
Right. Yeah.
When I found out they're brothers, I was like, that makes sense.
That makes sense.
They look exactly the same, just way different.
Gotta talk the same way too. Wow. No, not really. Yeah,
the kind of into that
because they're Einstein. His real name's Einstein, so Albert Einstein. Go figure.
Yeah.
But no, but I love Super Dave. I was rewatching some of it on YouTube a couple weeks ago, and they're just funny because okay, we're gonna do this stunt, and it's obviously a dummy, and it gets crushed, and he's like going, "Oh, okay, that didn't feel too good. I'm in a lot of pain here. You have to get it. It's emergency out, so you can get out of here." And everybody just leaves. Help me, guys! Help me! It's so dumb.
Oh
But
wow.
it's so the visual gag is so funny because it's obviously a dummy, and last minute you always know something's going to happen, so he gets
Yeah.
crushed or something. But just funny shit. And I remember watching those specials when I was young in the '80s.
Oh yeah.
I remember those
Shit was
days
funny.
when you had satellite television you were watching.
I would just always
Back in those
catch it
days.
where I never would catch it from the beginning.
Yeah,
So it is like, oh, it's that guy. What is happening? I can never quite catch up. And I kind of
Yeah.
like that about it, where I'm like, I'm not in on the joke, but I think it's funny, like what I'm watching.
yeah,
It's because I didn't know where to find it. Like, back then it was, if you didn't have
Yeah.
a TV guide, and you have no
Oh,
fucking
yeah,
idea where to
no
find it. So you
clue
just
when
happened
anything
to
was going on.
stumble
Yeah,
upon it.
yeah.
But Albert Brooks is 76 now.
Wow, yeah, that's crazy. He had a good run. If he dies tomorrow, he had a good run.
Yeah, he's.
But I think he'll live another 10, 20 years. I think he'd live that long.
I think most people nowadays are going to know him as Dory's.
Yeah, he's Finding Nemo.
Nemo's dad.
Yeah.
Which is fucked up.
And he does a lot of Simpson voices.
Yeah.
He's been on with the Simpsons since the beginning, too. He's done, God, I think he's done like 10 or 12 voices on the Simpsons.
I do want to say that I love the visuals of this movie. I think he's a better director than actor in this movie,
Mm-hmm.
because it is a very well directed movie. Like, I love that it's just how simple and cheap he made some things, so he
Yeah.
can spend more money later. Because when he gets to there, it's like, oh, here's your hotel, and it's just a hotel.
Yeah, hotel, yeah.
There's
It's not even
no-
a nice hotel. It's
No,
just
there's
it's like a,
hers is like fancier.
right, that's right. Yeah, yeah,
I'm on the Continental. I think they gave me breath mints.
yeah.
But
Oh, God.
it's because you can tell that was just him saving money and coming up with a funny reason for them being like to save the money.
Right.
Oh, they're in
Yeah.
hotels,
Yeah.
and then he used that money later on during the shuttle sequence at the end,
Right.
or the beginning where they're all getting carted in, and it's all in unison. Like, it's almost like a music video.
Yeah. And it's
Not to spoil
it's the old Universal trams from Universal
Yeah,
Studios for
that's
their ride,
awesome.
which is hilarious.
It's just visually a very good movie, and something you could I can watch this with my kids now if I wanted to.
Yeah.
Put it on.
No, it's a clean movie. It's not foul language or
Nope.
dirty, and it's pretty funny.
I like the scenes with him and Meryl Streep are talking about their spouses, and they're never like angry. And that's why I'm saying I kind of wanted some anger from Meryl Streep, something of like this whole thing is going to leave my kids like orphaned. I don't know.
Yeah.
They're like, I don't even care, and I'm like, that kind of
Like-
bothers me, honestly.
Well, I think that's how death would be.
Yes, I
Like that's
agree.
the point. You're not going to be sitting there worried about your kin because you can't. There's nothing you can do about it. It's
Yes,
just, you're
but
going to be
Doesn't mean you
calm
can't
and
feel a
collected.
certain way about it.
Sure, it's like the RoboCop line. I remember them. I feel them, but I don't remember them.
Yeah,
The saddest line in an action movie ever
'Cause he's-
written.
yes.
Jesus Christ, and the music that like swells up. It's fucking sad.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, RoboCop makes you cry sometimes. You don't make you cry,
The
especially
first
you get
one
old.
will fuck with you. The second one's just there for yuck yuck.
Second one's just ridiculous. This
The
is
second one's way more fun.
fucking Frank Miller goofiness.
Yeah, the second one's great. I love
The
it.
second one's funny. The second one's good.
But yeah, I know it's. I don't. It sounds like I'm complaining about the movie, but I'm definitely not. I'm just saying.
No, I get it. Yeah,
I wanted it to
understand
go a
it,
different
yeah.
direction with some emotion towards being dead, towards being taken
Right.
from man. I wanted something, and it was just kind of. He just floats into the next scene,
Yeah.
and regardless of what happens, it never really. He kind of just goes, I don't like being judged, but he doesn't really get emotional about it.
Yeah.
I'm saying it's a very subtle performance the entire way through, and there's definitely a choice.
Well, he's very. One thing you'll notice about Albert Brooks is he's very passive.
Yeah.
I think that's just who he is in real life, and a lot of people are passive aggressive or just passive. They're not going to argue because there's a scene. I think it was in this movie. It was in this movie. It was Defending Your Life, where he's with his wife practicing for the interview, and he goes, "Offer me
$70,000. We'll give you $50,000. Nope, I can't do this job unless it's 70,000, something like that.
Yeah.
It
Oh
was,
yeah.
I can't do the job. I can't do this job at 60,000. Can't do it. What about 65? I can't do it. I have to do it at 75.
Let's see the real footage.
Fine. And the real
49K.
footage, 49K. I'll take it. Shakes his hand. He says, "Oh, I'll write up the paperwork." All right, I'll write up the paperwork.
He's like, I'll get your parking pass.
Yeah, that was, oh god, it was just like, oh,
That was a good joke.
God.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
the problem is it goes on so long, that's where it's going.
Exactly. Yeah,
But I was still,
But
that's gonna happen.
That's an example of his humor because that's in his
Yes.
other movies. Similar jokes like that occur or bits like that happen.
That's vaudevillian. That
Yes,
kind of joke.
he's very theatrical, but
That's-
he comes from
It's
this
literally a
background,
version
yeah.
of the
Yeah,
what's that you say? What's that you say?
right.
He hangs up. What do you say? He didn't say.
You're right.
Or you don't say. You don't say.
Yeah.
Hangs up. You didn't say. Sorry.
He
Fuck that
didn't
up.
say.
didn't
Or,
say. Yeah.
the train's going to Cucamonga. Rancho
Rancho
Cucamonga.
classic Jack Benny bit.
Yeah. But it is very vaudevillian, his kind of style, which is, but again, it's very subtle in this, where it's not grandiose like
But-
vaudeville is, but
Well, yeah, but he also, when you watch his stand-up stuff, he does that vaudeville shtick act,
oh yeah,
but he subverts it. Like
but he does the Andy Kaufman
he's
version.
always subverting it, yeah, which is funny. Like he did one where it was he did a ventriloquist act, and the dummy, he goes, "Okay, the dummy's going to drink water now, and I'm going to talk for the dummy," and that's what he did. And like, it's funny, it's really well done, and it's just like, okay, the dummy's going to take a break now. He just drops the dummy and starts smoking a cigarette. That's just so stupid but funny, and he's a genius. He really is.
That's
and
why
he
I
just-
say
he
about
has that
Andy
ability.
Kaufman is I love that.
No.
I love that attitude toward comedy, which is, I don't care what you think the bit is. I'm not going to do that.
Right.
And if you think I'm going to go this way when I'm not doing it, I'm not. I don't even know what I'm going to do, honestly.
Yeah.
I love that attitude toward it.
Yeah.
right. It's
Never
just-
knowing what's going to happen.
just pretty crazy. It's pretty good. But yeah, Albert Brooks again. I mean, you gotta watch his other films. He's good.
I do,
This is one of his. This is one of his. I think they're all pretty good. They're all pretty on par with each other. But the Muse, like I said, the Muse is funny. It's more cutesy. I think it's not. It's not going to be as dark. Well, it's not dark, but it's still. It's. I think it's cutesy. It's more cutesy. I think if that's the word I would use to describe it. I haven't seen it in a long time. But when I did see it, I was like, oh, this is funny. It's a funny idea.
Sharon Stone. Great.
Sharon Stone's actually not bad in it. She's pretty
Okay.
good. She is good in it, and you get to see her naked. She gets naked for a second.
It's Sharon Stone, yes.
Yeah, Sharon Stone, who, face it, Sydney, your mom was no Sharon Stone.
You get to see Sharon Stones in it.
Sharon Stones.
Sharon's Stones.
Oh, Sharon Stones.
One last thing, what I was building toward with because I kept reading about he's sick of his yuppie lifestyle and and disillusioned and I'm like, based on how subtle his performance is, I never got that he was sick of it.
Well, I
never-
think
never got that.
they're comparing that to modern or the second movie he did or the third movie he did. What was it? Not Modern Romance. The other one, Lost in America.
Yeah.
Lost in America is about yuppies getting out of the grind and
But why would they?
buying shit. I think they're talking about that.
They must have been because they kept saying that in this, and I'm like, when did we see that he's sick of this?
Right.
Was any ill will toward it?
Yeah.
I don't understand that. I kept seeing that, and I'm like, if that's what they were going for, I did not get that at all. And
Right. No, I think they're talking about his other work.
okay,
His other movies are kind of more or less he plays that sort of
Upper middle class, lost character.
Lost in America?
Who's rich, who's wealthy and successful,
but feels guilty for it, and so he has to kind of self-sabotage himself so that he can go on and feel better about himself. Something like that. And that's sort of, that makes sense for Lost in America. I don't know about Modern Romance. I haven't seen Modern Romance, but that's what I need to watch. But that's his earlier romantic comedy. Albert Brooks. That's why I probably never watched it. It's Albert Brooks and romantic comedy. You don't think that would mix? But it probably does. I heard it's really good.
Watch them all.
Yeah. Well, I definitely want to watch them all.
Eventually, pick one, and Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll get through the catalog.
Yeah,
It's
that'll
only
be good.
7 or 8. What I say? I forgot, but
Oh, if that's there's not many. He's got like 6 or 7. Yeah, it's not a lot. But what so on your scale, what would you give this film? This is the first time watching it.
I'm gonna give it a 7.
I would agree. 7's what I have. Yeah, 7.
It's got a 7.2 in IMDb.
Yeah, that's about correct. That's on par with what it is. It's very entertaining, very enjoyable. I do
yes.
like the movie.
I'm definitely gonna watch it again, which
Yes,
is always a
I-
good sign. And it
I've-
may go up,
I've seen-
the
yeah.
score may go up the more I watch it, but
Yeah.
just first impressions was
Yeah.
very good movie.
Yep.
Wanted something else out of it, and maybe the expectations kind of dampened my score a little bit. So
Maybe.
maybe the second view will.
Yeah, that'd be better. Yeah.
And it wasn't expectations like I wanted more out of the movie. I just wanted something. It's very unusual to want this out of a movie. Like I wanted the character to have different motivation, which is bizarre.
Right.
Like, because that's how I would feel in that scenario. Like I wanted that because that's how I was feeling watching the movie. Like a little
Right.
angry, a little like, how fucking dare you? Like that sort of thing.
Right. Yeah.
But that's not what he was going for. That's not what the character felt. And
Yeah.
I think my second viewing, I'll have that out of my mind.
Yeah.
Defending your life. I'm glad I watched it finally. Because this
Yeah,
was on
no.
my list forever.
Yeah, it's a good one to watch to kind of break yourself into the Albert Brooks phase. I would say this is a good one to start with, and then maybe go to Modern Romance, and then go back to Mother, because Mother is more mainstream, I would say. But Mother's good. Mother is very good. Mother's funny. Mother's one of his better ones too.
Weird, because looking at the movies, Lost in America looked like the one I wanted to watch next.
Yeah, that's a good one. Lost America is a good one.
I was like, oh, that was interesting.
That one is funny. You got a great scene with Gary Marshall where his wife gambles their life savings away, and he goes, "How about this for a marketing campaign? You give the money back." And he goes, "Give the money back." Yeah, think of it. You put on a billboard. Come to Vegas. Come to the casino where you lose everything, but you'll get it back. And he goes, "No, I don't think that's going to work." And they have this conversation for like 5 minutes, and finally, because Gary Marshall. And at the end of the scene, Gary Marshall goes, "I think you should leave now." It's just like it just keeps going, and he goes, "You have to leave now." And so she lost all their money at craps. So they have one stop in Vegas, and that's the end of their trip.
Wow,
It's pretty funny. And again, yeah, it's worth watching. But yeah, I need to see his first movie for sure. I really want to see that one. That one looks really funny.
I think we should do like 2 a year,
Yeah,
or maybe I don't know, maybe more because there's only a handful.
there's not a lot of them.
Yeah,
we
we
probably
can-
get it done in a week.
Yeah,
Oh well,
maybe we'll do a versus one and get two done at a time.
there you go. Oh, there you go. Fucking
Seems fine. A new one and an old one.
yeah.
We'll do the Muslim one, and then
Yeah, why not? I haven't seen that one.
I forgot he's in This Is 40.
Yes, he's the dad.
Yeah.
Which he
Okay.
was funny in. He was good in
Yeah.
that. He was very good in that.
Oh,
All right.
So next week, Dick,
What do we have?
you saw it, right? You saw what I chose.
I can't remember.
Okay.
Show
I was
me.
for no reason. And it's a movie we can't really play on the live stream because it's music. But I chose Pink Floyd The Wall, the movie.
Oh,
Alan
good
Parker
God.
movie.
All right. I haven't seen that.
That's what I figured you hadn't seen it. And
No.
we watched this and I hadn't seen it, so I wanted to kind of flip the switch there.
Okay. Yeah, there you go.
It's a movie I love.
Yeah.
Literally in my top like 15 movies.
Wow. Okay.
And I'm curious what you think. You're probably not gonna like it. Obviously, you're not gonna like it as much as I do. But
Hair sweat like two balloons.
you will see that song.
Yay.
And they redid the music for the movie, because they
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
but it is a good movie. It was a very good
Alright.
movie.
I
and
will watch it.
interesting. And I'm looking forward to see what you think about it.
Oh, fantastic.
We do have to do next Thursday though, just to let you know.
Okay, that's fine.
All right.
That shouldn't be a problem.
All right. Pink Floyd The Wall, 1982, I want to say. Alan Parker movie.
Oh, okay.
We'll be there. 150, episode 152. All right, Dick. Any parting words of wisdom for?
I had a fleeting glimpse out of the corner of my eye.
Fuck you, everybody. Good night.
long, citizens.